All right, welcome to the first episode of Will and Russ Sports Podcast. I'm Russ.
I'm Will.
All right, we can start with introducing ourselves and telling a little bit about ourselves and why we want to do a sports podcast. For me, I've been playing and watching sports since I can remember. Always have been a huge sports fan. Always will be. And Will and I, we talk whenever we talk. We end up talking about sports automatically a lot of times. So why not record some of our conversations and just give a different perspective to sports talk than what's already out there?
Well, as for me, I've been watching and playing sports since I was in my adolescent stages, and I was like 7, 8 years old, and I've been a sports fan ever since. And my particular sport that I love is football. But I mean, I'm pretty much broad across the whole world of sports. I can talk about any kind of sport: football, basketball, soccer, hockey. Don't know much about hockey, but I can get it done.
Right.
Um, so, but yeah, I mean, sports is my passion. That's all I do. When you come in my house, the first thing you see, you put the TV on, you see it's either on NFL Network or
Right.
ESPN or anything like that. So I'm a sports guy through and through.
Absolutely.
All right. So today on our first episode, we're gonna talk about. Well, actually, we're gonna just do some predictions for this upcoming NFL season. Is that right?
Yep, yep, yes, we are.
Right. So,
I mean, I know it's early, and we're probably going to change our predictions quite a few times before the season starts, with updates and predictions as things change. But today we'll just do our division by division predictions, offensive and defensive rookies of the year predictions, offensive and defense players of the year predictions, and our MVP predictions. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do here, man.
okay.
I mean, I know I have my predictions, and usually I'm not wrong on them, Russ. So,
Yeah, I feel the same about mine. So, what division do you want to start with?
well, I'll tell you what, we'll start with the division of your beloved Dallas Cowboys, and the NFC East.
Might as well start with the best, right? Okay.
I mean, that remains to be seen. But yeah, go ahead. Start with the NFC East least. I mean,
Okay.
Okay, we starting already.
But
In the NFC East, I got the Redskins at the bottom of the division.
finishing at the bottom. Um,
I kind of had a feeling that was coming. That
yeah.
was
I mean,
No bias, no biasness. That's just what I feel is gonna happen.
um,
mhm.
uh, just because.
I know they're not gonna have Haskins start, so that's why I would say that. And I got the Giants finishing third. And a lot of people might question me putting the Giants over the Redskins, but I just see the Giants with Eli Manning's experience and one of the best backs in the league in Barkley. That might help them win a few more games than what the Redskins will. And I got the Eagles at second place.
You know.
Yeah.
I think they're better than the Redskins and Giants, but I don't feel they're as complete of a team as the Cowboys are. Now I know Zeke is holding out, but I think our defense is a lot better than what they get the credit for, and our offense will still be better than what we put out last year. So with or without Zeke, so I got the Cowboys, Eagles, Giants, and Redskins in that order.
In that division. What you got?
Okay. Well, I'll go in the opposite direction on you. You went from least to most,
Okay.
went worst to first. So
Right.
I'll go from best to worst. So
Gotcha.
I'm gonna go with the Philadelphia Eagles winning that division. I think this is the year Carson Wentz finally puts it all together health wise. I
Okay.
think the Eagles, they have a lot of talent on that team. They drafted well. They
Mhm.
have the experience. They have the pedigree. They have a coach now who knows how to win, who's been there, done that, winning the Super Bowl against probably the greatest dynasty ever in football. Um, so I'm
Arguably.
gonna go ahead and go with the Eagles. What's that?
I said arguably.
Arguably, I mean, yeah, yeah. I guess you can argue, but the argument won't last but a half a second anyway. But yeah,
We'll see. That's
You
for
know,
another show.
yeah, exactly. But I'll go with the Eagles first, and then I'll go with your beloved Dallas Cowboys second. I believe the Cowboys. I believe are probably maybe one or two players away on offense. I like Zeke. I actually love Dak Prescott. I like what he brings to the table.
Right.
I think you guys need another playmaker, offensively, in the
And
passing game, especially.
I definitely see that. I mean, I understand where you're coming from there because our offense struggled last year. I mean,
Hmm.
so yeah, I
Right,
understand.
right. And I think I tell you what though, even though I'm picking the Eagles, there's a strong case that I'm making for you guys to threaten them to win that division. I'm not saying you're going to win it. I'm picking the Eagles, but if I was wrong, I guess my mishap would be probably you guys winning it. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
But so I'll go with you guys second, and then I'll go with the Giants third. The Giants have a lot of issues right now with wide receiver. They
Yes,
got a lot of issues. I mean, you got Sterling Shepard's hurt.
yes.
Corey Coleman just tore his ACL. Uh, Odell's gone.
Yeah.
I mean, really, their best receiver is their running back. To be honest
It
with
looks really grim. It
you, right?
does.
You know what I mean? So yeah, it
But
don't look good for them.
we both separately put them at third. So that's interesting.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I agree with them being nestled in that third because they have that third seed type of vibe coming right now. That's the feeling I get when I think about the Giants. I think about them falling in like middle of the pack, almost towards the bottom of that division. Obviously, now moving along, the bottom of the division will be the Redskins because not because they're the worst team in the league or nothing like that,
No.
but they like you said they're up and coming. I think they're building something special with Dwayne Haskins. What they need to do, in my opinion, is be patient with that kid. If they don't be patient with him and rush him into, the starting lineup, I think some things can happen with him mentally that can rattle his cage and kind of make him
Right.
struggle. And then you never know how rookies bounce back from stuff like that. So I wouldn't start him.
Especially the schedule at the beginning of the season for them. It's tough.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they have a really tough schedule early on in the season, so you don't want to, just rush him in there. Now, if he's head over heels better than what they have, and who knows, he could be. I mean, Case Keenum is we all know he's a journeyman quarterback. He's
Yes.
serviceable. You know what I mean? He's serviceable, but we all know he's a journeyman quarterback. Colt
Yes.
McCoy, Colt McCoy is basically Case Keenum, the
Yeah,
same type
he's a perennial backup.
exactly. You know what I mean? So now if Haskins is light years ahead of them, then and if they start him or the first week or week two or something like that, then I mean then they got some issues at quarterback. You know what I mean? That's
Right.
my opinion. I think that they should go ahead and rest that kid, let him learn from the sideline for about at least half the season. You know what I mean? At least
Right.
half the season, see what happens. So uh Eagles, Cowboys, Giants, Redskins, NFC East. That's my divisions. I'm division winner. I'm picking Philadelphia Eagles.
Okay. So the only thing we disagreed on was one and two.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
Hmm.
So where you want to go next? What
Let's
division?
go to the South. Let's go to the South Division. Let's go to the
Yeah,
NFC
and
South.
it's why we skipping the north? Sounds kind of.
Well, I mean, we'll get to the North in just a second. Get to the North in a little bit.
uh, is there a
Well,
special team in that north that you're thinking about?
well, it could be. We'll get there. We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Okay, we'll get there. So you want to go with the NFC South?
Yeah, let's go to NFC South. I'll go ahead and start it off.
You
I'll
start
start
this up.
with um, my division winner. I'm going with the New Orleans Saints. I
Okay.
think the Saints. They've number one to me the best quarterback in that division obviously is Drew Brees.
Yes.
However,
Yes.
they put a team around him that is they're getting her a lot stronger defensively. See, that's always been the Saints' mo.
Weakness. Yes.
Yeah, they
Yes.
always yeah, exactly. There's always been a weakness. They always have a great offense. They can put up 40 points here and there. Drew Brees putting up
Yeah.
5,000 yards, but they can't stop a nosebleed. So
Yeah,
you know
they're giving up 40 while they getting 40.
exactly. You know what I mean? So yeah, they built, but they over the last 4 or 5 years, they put some pieces together on defense. Marshawn Lattimore, the excellent
Yes.
corner that they have. John, what's his name, man? What's the guy's name? Sheldon Rankins,
Yeah, the rankings, yeah.
Cameron Jordan. Some nice defensive pieces around them.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
like their
so,
linebackers a lot better than what they had previous years where they were giving up a lot of points. So they
yeah,
have they have gotten better.
yeah, that's true. So yeah, I mean, I like Michael Thomas. He's an excellent receiver. He kind of reminds me, dare I say, a little bit of like a Michael Irvin type of guy. He's not the fastest, but
Those are
he's
some big
competitive as
shoes.
hell. Absolutely, I know it's big shoes now, but he's ultra competitive. You know
Yes.
what I mean? And he has great hands and runs excellent routes. He's a big guy too.
Yes.
You know,
I see what you're trying to do there. It makes sense.
I'm not saying he's Michael. I'm not saying that, but
No,
I
but you're
mean,
saying the style of play. The style of
exactly.
play. Yeah.
Exactly. I'm saying the style of play is very comparable to Mike. But I like they got a deep threat in Ginn. They can always go deep with him. They got Kamara. I mean, that speaks for itself. The guy can do it all.
LIB.
Yeah, exactly. I said, yeah, that's another one. He's LIB. That's a good, nice pedigree to have too. You
Right.
know, but yeah, man. I mean, I just think the Saints are going to put it all together this year and really, bounce back from that devastating loss they had in the NFC title game, which was, it was unbelievable. I don't know how you felt about that, but to me, they got robbed, honestly.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's just me. But
Yes.
yeah. So I'll go Saints. I'll go Falcons number 2.
Okay.
Matt
Okay.
Ryan, same. Matt Ryan to me, man, Matt Ryan. He's one of those like he's a there's a word I'm looking for, man. He's one of those quarterbacks.
I'm not gonna
He
help you with that word because I don't think the word I'm thinking about is what you're thinking about.
no, what right. I know. All right. Here's the word I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about he's one of those quarterbacks. He's like uh he's like a gorgeous. All right, put it. Let me give you a comparison. He's like a gorgeous woman with bad breath. You know what I'm saying? I mean, when you see her at the party, you're like, oh my
Yes.
God, she looks
Yeah.
great. But then as you get inch closer and you start talking to her and she
Right.
opens her mouth, you're like, oh my God,
Right.
close your mouth. Shoo. You know what I mean?
I
Matt
agree
Ryan
with
gives you
that 100%.
right. Matt Ryan looks great, man.
He
He's,
looked the
he's
part.
the, yeah, he looks the part of a great quarterback. And he can give you some good moments, but God, he can kill you sometimes.
Yes.
So with
Especially
his
when it
decision
counts.
making, right? His decision exactly when it counts the most. His decision making is erratic. So again, to be honest with you, the only reason why I'm putting them number 2 is because of him because the Falcons are loaded. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
they are. They
They
are.
have a really talented team. So, but the X factor is Matt Ryan. So I'm putting them at number 2. Number 3, I'm going Carolina Panthers, and it's all commensurate on Cam Newton. If
Right.
he stays healthy, I believe Cam can get the job done. I believe he can even win that division. But
Yeah.
Cam Newton can't be Cam Newton of 2 years ago and then Cam Newton of last year. You know what I mean? He can't be
Right.
inconsistent. We need some
And
consistency from
how
Cam.
do you think he's gonna come back off of this injury?
Oh man, the fact that he's changed his throwing motion, and even the fact that he's got the surgery. He had the surgery, and then he changed his throwing motion.
Right.
Honestly, Russ, I don't know how, especially for a quarterback who's a physical specimen who does run. I don't know.
Yes.
It's very difficult to tell, man. So that's why I'm putting him and the Carolina Panthers at number 3 because there's no guarantee with Cam. There's no saying, okay, he's gonna stay healthy. This is what I know Cam's gonna give me. You know what I mean? Like I can say that about Drew Brees. I can even say that about Matt Ryan. I know Matt Ryan is going to give me a healthy season, but he's going to give me some inconsistent play. So at least I
Yes.
know that. You know what I'm saying? But Cam is all over the map, Russ. I mean, he'll give you some great games. He'll give you a Cam will give you two great games in a row, and then three stinkers. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? And
Yes.
then and then
And
and then he'll come back with an okay game. You know
right.
what I mean? And
Right.
then he'll go to the locker room after the okay game and talk about himself, and he'll be dressed in drag. And you know, it is what it is with Cam. So
Right.
I'm going with the Panthers third, and obviously the Tampa Bay Buccaneers last. Man, the Buccaneers to me have a lot of issues with Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston, he's like a poor man's Cam Newton, in
Okay.
my opinion. You know, in my book, he's like poor man. Jameis is so erratic. You know, he can look great on one play and look like he can look like what's the guy, Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Yes.
You know, Ryan Fitzpatrick was the same
Oh
way,
yeah.
same way.
Front runner.
You know,
Like
yeah,
front.
will look great one series and look horrible the next.
Yes.
You know, that's what the theme is in this division, Russ. Inconsistent quarterback play. That's
Ex-
the only
except for
one that's
one.
been right,
Except for one.
exactly. Except for one, the inconsistency in this division from the quarterback is the reason why I think the Saints are going to win that division. What say you?
Got you. All right. We're gonna go totally different. I know I'm gonna get butchered for this pick, these predictions. But I got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers winning this division.
What?
Yes.
Yeah, you know, you're right. You are going to get butchered.
Maybe rightfully so, but I just let me say this. Let me back up my why I picked them first.
Okay.
It's because
I just like Bruce Arians.
All
as
right.
I think there's a lot of talent on this team, starting with Jameis Winston.
the
Agreed.
wide,
They got a great receiver in Mike Evans.
I mean,
Agreed.
You got some players on the defense as well. Like I like Hargreaves, and I really want to see what this kid Peyton Barber will do for them out of the backfield.
Right.
I also like the coaching staff that they will have for these young guys. I like Jameis Winston coming out of college. I mean, he can look really good and then he can look really bad. I know, but if you look at all the quarterbacks in this division, Winston is still the youngest. I mean, Matt Ryan has been inconsistent as well as Cam, but they seem to always get a pass, and they have been in the league for a while now. So I think Jameis has some growing pains to get out of. Drew Brees, he stands alone by himself. He's a Hall of Famer in my book. He's a legend. But I like Todd Bowles as a defensive coordinator with them, getting Kadama Sue, and I believe that Byron Leftwich will be able to help Winston be more consistent this year. The Bucks are my sleeper team in that division, and I think they could shock a lot of people this year.
Really?
I'm more
I most certainly do. I think the key for them is establishing a run game. I know Arians likes to air it out down the field for big plays as he did with the Cardinals, but he always established a run game to, offset those deep passes. So I got the Bucks winning the division.
as well.
Wow.
I got the Saints second behind the Bucks. I won't be surprised at all if the Saints win the division. I mean, it's hard to go against Drew Brees. Then I got the Carolina Panthers in third because Cam is coming off of an injury. He's trying to change his throwing motion, and I don't believe you could teach an old dog new tricks. So once he gets in the heat of battle, he will fall back on what he knows what to do, how he knows how to do things, and I just don't see that working out.
So you
Um,
got the Panthers third.
yes, I got
Okay.
the
So that leaves the Falcons in last place. I know they have a talented team, but they have had a talented team for years now. So I got the Bucks, Saints, Panthers, and Falcons.
Bucks, Saints,
that,
Panthers, Falcons.
that
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Well, that's a hell of a story, Russ, because most of America is, you know, I
yep,
can almost fully guarantee you, most of America would, if you said that in
yeah,
front of on a jumbotron somewhere, and you said, "I'm picking the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win that
yeah,
division," they'll probably be throwing eggs and all that kind of stuff
absolutely,
at that.
absolutely, absolutely. but most of them are picking the Browns to win the Super Bowl. So,
Oh,
I
well,
mean,
yeah, yeah. I can't argue with you on that. Yeah, I do see that.
so you know,
I,
I think
yeah,
the
I do
Bucks
see,
can win
see
the
that
South.
sometimes. Hmm. Yeah, yeah. That's a good point. Oh my goodness. Yeah, some people. But
So
I mean, all right. So let's move over to the
we got
let's
that.
move over to the NFC West.
Why are we saving the North for last?
I don't like this.
I mean, let's move to the NFC West for a little bit.
All right. We'll go to the West. You want me to go first?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. What say you on the West?
All right. The West.
I got the Seattle Seahawks winning this division.
Okay.
I mean, Russell Wilson really impressed me last year.
You
Yeah.
know,
He was in a position last year where he didn't have all the pieces around him like he had when he came in as a rookie.
yeah,
Right.
and
I-
I really
In my opinion,
respected.
Russ, he just
Yeah,
solidified his elite status as a top
absolutely.
10, 10 5, top 5, top 10 quarterback in the league.
Yeah, I don't know if he would have been able to do that, in his first 3 years even.
You know,
Right.
Without that team around him that he had with the Legion of Boom on defense and beast mode in the backfield, but he did it last year after years of gaining the experience to carry that team on his back. So I can't go against him in the Seahawks. So I got the Rams coming second behind them.
Hmm.
yes.
The Rams. Okay.
I got
Wow.
the Rams.
That's an eyebrow raiser right there, cousin.
The Rams? They won the division last year, right?
I know. I'm saying with them coming in second, usually most pundits would say they'll
Oh,
come in
first.
first.
And you're right. That is 100%. But let me say what most pundits might not say. The one thing I don't like about the Rams is Jared Goff.
I actually tend to agree with you on that. But yeah, go ahead.
And Todd Gurley. I love Todd Gurley. I think he gets a bad rap for being injured last year, but he'll bounce back this year.
Hmm.
And they are really going to need him too, because when you have a quarterback that can't read the defense and needs the coach to tell him in his helmet before he snaps the ball, I mean, that is a major problem. No pundit is going to say that, but I'm going to say that. That is a major problem. And every year, the NFL gains a whole season of film on you.
Right.
So everybody is going to try to play him like the Patriots did in the Super Bowl. And he's going to have to learn to read the defense.
Wait a minute. Repeat that again, Russ.
It's a major problem to have a quarterback that can't read the defense.
Right.
That is a problem.
That is a problem. To get exposed on national television at the Super Bowl when the whole world is watching.
Yeah. I mean that's true. I mean, if you got a quarterback who needs who actually needs the
Oh,
coach to hand
yes.
walk him to the basically walk to the field and tell him what play to. Yeah,
Right.
that's
That
not good.
I mean, I coached youth football for over 10 years. And that's like coaching the Pee Wee leagues when, where the coaches have to give instructions on the field. I mean, come on. This is the NFL.
Right. Yeah.
And
Yeah. I mean, I can see that.
So I got them second because of Gurley and that defense with the best defensive player in the league, in my opinion, in Aaron Donald. I mean, Donald is a beast. I got the Niners in third place because we really don't know what we're going to see from them.
you know,
Right.
The team we saw last year was not the real 49ers team. I mean, because they had so many injuries. We still haven't seen enough from Garoppolo to say he is the real deal or not due to injuries as well. I think he has shown potential, and I think he's going to be pretty good, but we just don't know how good. So I think they are also in the rebuilding stages, but they're still better than the Arizona Cardinals, who I have finishing last in the division.
wow.
Right.
They are really in the rebuilding stages, but they have Murray, who could possibly be Russell Wilson 2.0, but that remains to be seen. But it will be tough because he's not coming, to a contender like what Russell Wilson did as a rookie, like I was saying earlier. So I got the Seahawks, Rams, Niners, and Cardinals.
What you got?
Seahawks, Rams, Lions, and Cardinals.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I tend to agree with a lot with what you said. The only thing I would switch up, um, would be the Rams and the Seahawks. I got the Seahawks, however, winning, getting a playoff spot.
Okay.
That's how highly I think of them. But I
So
will
you got
go the
them at
Rams.
2.
Yeah, yeah, I got them at
Okay.
2. But I will go with the Rams first because I do agree with what you said on Jared Goff. He's that's a major problem. That's a major problem when you got your quarterback that can't read the defense, and basically the coach, you know, walking, taking his hand and walking him through, the play. You know what I
Right.
mean? On the field. So that's bad. Honestly, I actually tend to agree with you on that. I'm gonna go ahead and stick with what you said. I'm gonna go ahead and go Seattle. I'll say Seattle
You're
because
switching right in the middle.
yes, I'm
Okay.
switching.
Okay.
I'm switching because I'm a huge quarterback guy. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I believe the quarterback is the most important position on any NFL team. You know what I mean? And if you,
Sounds like you setting up for when we get to the north.
well, I mean, yeah, it could be. Yeah, stay tuned. Stay tuned. It could be. Um, but quarterback play is so important. And
It is.
Russell Wilson is by far, to me, in my opinion, the best quarterback in that division.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
so I mean, Russell Wilson, he's a top tier quarterback.
Absolutely.
So he's a guy that you don't have to have everything perfect around him in order for him to win. You
He
know what I'm
proved
saying?
that last season.
Right. Exactly. So I'll go with Seattle. I believe the addition of DK Metcalf, the receiver from Ole Miss, um, along with some key defensive additions, even
Yes.
though what's the guy's name is hurt. I'm not hurt, but he's suspended. Jerron Reed.
Yes.
That's a loss right there. That's a pretty big loss for them.
Yes, it
He's
is.
suspended for the first 6 games, I believe. I don't know, it's 4 or 6 games, but that could be a factor, going forward on that defense. However,
Right.
I'll give him the first. I'll give him the division. The division winner right there. Secondly, uh, you know what? I'll go with the Rams. I mean, they got so much talent on that team. It's hard
Yes.
to just, I know what we said about golf, but if golf can just not throw up all over himself
Right.
for a good portion of the season, I think the Rams will be right there, and probably make the playoff.
Absolutely. They have a great
You know?
defense
Yeah, exactly,
and the best
exactly.
defensive player in the league, in my opinion, on that
Yeah,
team.
exactly, exactly. Aaron Donald, and he's a beast, and
Kid is a
when you got
monster.
guys like that, and it's yeah, I'll go with them at number 2. Number 3, I'll put the 49ers there.
Okay.
Now, the 49ers could be my shocking team. The how last segment you said
With the
Tampa
Bucks,
Bay. Yeah.
I
This could be
see it.
yeah,
Yes.
this could be a team that could surprise a lot of people because, like you said, the unknown. We don't know what Jimmy
Ex-
Garoppolo is.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We don't
And
know
you
what he is.
know how football is. I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
those are the teams that come out of nowhere and shocks everybody.
Absolutely. And they drafted well too, Russ. Oh my God.
Yes, they did.
They've got
Yes, they
some
did.
really, really nice draft picks.
That's
And
why I said the team we saw last year is not the team we're gonna see this year. Yeah.
right. Right, exactly. So I'll go with them at number 3 and number 4, obviously Arizona. I believe Arizona right now, man, you know, they're in rebuilding stage. I think,
Yeah. Absolutely.
I don't see them doing much this year. Kyler Murray, he's a wild card. He's a boom or bust type of guy. You know what I mean?
Yes.
He can come in and set the world on fire, or he can come in and just stink it up.
Right.
So, I'll go with them at last in the division. So, Seahawks, Rams, 49ers, and Cardinals.
Got
Yep.
you. Okay.
All right. So, all right, Russ. All right. Let's go. Go
So
ahead.
you
Go ahead. Let's
no no
move
no
on to.
no. You got to start the north. You saved it for last year. Start the north. What you got? I've been waiting for this.
All right. All right. Here we go. My division winner in the NFC North will be the Minnesota Vikings.
Homer pick.
No, whoa, wait. I knew that was coming. Homer pick. No,
Nah,
listen.
nah. I'm just messing with you. All right.
Here's the
Go
reason
ahead.
why I say that. Here's the reason why. If you if you go back to last season, the Minnesota Vikings were just a few plays away from winning their division. Now,
Yes.
we can always say that about, any other team. However, I believe I should, and this is just going on pure instinct, pure, you know, I guess hope and praying, and a lot of praying, by the way, and you know, and hoping for
Right.
that Kirk. I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, Russ,
Hmm.
it just depends on it depends on Kirk Cousins.
I
I mean,
know.
it's Kirk
I,
Cousins, honestly, it's
I
like
knew it
Matt
was gonna
Ryan.
come down to Kurt.
Yeah, it comes down to him.
Yes.
If he can get his heads out of the clouds when the games matter the most,
Yes.
we'll be fine. I mean, Russ, we got talent on that team. We got some of
Oh,
the most
a lot of
elite
talent.
receivers in the
Very
league.
good defense too.
Yeah,
Underrated
excellent.
defense in
Man.
my opinion. But go ahead.
Exactly. Underrated defense, excellent. We got excellent running game. I mean, we got it all, man. We got it all. We just need that one quarterback position to
Yes.
to show up, and that's the and I was just kidding when I say they're number one. I don't. They're not, to me, in my opinion, based on the quarterback play. They're not going to win that division. Here's what I got. I got I got the Green Bay Packers winning that division.
Oh, wait a minute. You're not picking the Vikings to win the
I'm not
division?
picking the Packers. No, I'm not.
Wow. Okay.
That's kind of shocking for everybody. I know I'm a diehard. I know, but I
You're
got to be
going with
realistic.
the Packers.
Yes, I gotta
Okay.
be realistic. I gotta be realistic. I'm going with the Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers is coming back. He's got a fresh start. Um, they built that defense. They've rebuilt the defense. They've added some nice pieces off the edge. I know they lost Clay Matthews, but they've got some guys that can step in there and do just about what he was doing. I like their defensive backfield. This Russ, they've got this kid, man. He's a corner. I forgot his name. I think his name is Jair Alexander. This guy can ball. He was under the radar last year, but he was quietly making noise, man. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So they've
Well,
got they
he was
got
on the field a lot last year.
yes, yeah, that's true. He was, yeah, that's true. You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't too good. It wasn't too pretty on offense
No,
last year.
not at all.
But I'll go ahead and say, again, going back to the quarterback position, the elite quarterbacks, Aaron Rodgers gives them a chance to win that division. I
Absolutely.
think with a couple of pieces that they've added offensively. I mean, Devontae Adams is an elite receiver. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Yes.
Um, they, yeah, I'll give them number one and number two. Wow, this is killing me to do, but I'm gonna go ahead and say the Minnesota Vikings. I
Okay.
don't want to, and trust me, I don't want to say it because I know my quarterback, but I'm going to go ahead and say the Minnesota Vikings because I do believe the Chicago Bears will be in that third slot. I think they will
Okay.
take a step back this year. Their
Okay.
defense is elite, but Trubisky, will, I think he'll regress a little bit because, one thing about the NFL, man, when you get figured out, you get
Yeah.
figured
Yep.
out.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Got a whole season of footage to look at.
Exactly, exactly. So I think Mitchell Trubisky, though I don't think he's a bad quarterback. I don't think
Oh,
he's
I
as
like him.
good as he looked like. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So I'll go with Green Bay, Chicago, Green Bay, Minnesota, Chicago, and of course the Lions. I just think the Lions got so much. They they're fighting an uphill battle. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Yes.
They're playing. They're going against teams that have. I mean, two teams that really have really good defenses. Then you got a
Yes.
quarterback in Aaron Rodgers. You know what I mean? It's just
Right.
fighting an uphill battle. So that's what I'm going with. How about you?
Okay. So you got Packers, Vikings, Bears,
Okay.
Lions.
Yes.
All
And I got
right.
Vikings making the playoffs, by the way. The Vikings making the playoffs.
Okay. So you got the two wild cards in the North and the West in the NFC.
Yes.
Okay. I got you.
Hmm.
All right. So for this division, since we saved it for last in the NFC, I'm gonna start with the bottom of the division. So, like you just finished saying, the Lions will be at the bottom of the division.
No disrespect to Stafford, but I just don't think they have enough to compete this year.
Stafford is a
I
good
just
quarterback.
don't.
Yeah, I just don't see him doing it all by himself. In fact, they might be one of the worst teams in the league. So I got the Lions at 4, and at third, I got Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers.
Wow. Wow.
Yes.
Oh my God. Let me hear
I
this one.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I definitely have all the respect for Aaron Rodgers and what he can do. But new coaching staff, Rodgers is coming back from injury. We really don't know what the Packers have. Even the defense. I agree they have some pieces that they've added, and it looks good on paper, but we have to see it played out on the field first. I don't think they will be horrible, but I see them as a mediocre average team, an 8-8 team, because Rodgers can get them five of those wins out of those 8 wins will come from him. So, but moving on to number 2, I have the Chicago Bears.
What? No, Russ, stop. Come on, man.
yes. Yes.
Will, I'm telling you, I got the Chicago Bears at number 2, and let me explain why.
Like you
And you know what that means?
I, I'm a defensive guy. We'll get there. I'm a defensive guy. So
Yeah, I'm with you. I
the
am
Bears,
too.
The Bears have defense.
Yes.
In fact, if you look at my top 2 picks in this division with the Vikings and the Bears,
Mm-hmm.
I would say they have the best defenses in this division. I mean, proven defenses.
Right. So you got the Bears and Packers taking a step back.
How well did the Packers finish last year?
Well, yeah, that's true. they're not even taking a step back.
yeah,
Basically where
they
they
need to
were.
take a step forward. Actually, they
Right.
need to take a step forward. You know.
Right. Right.
But I think a lot of people expect them to make a jump forward, mainly because of Aaron Rodgers.
So dare I say, cuz you're
Yeah.
telling me the Minnesota Vikings are going to win that division?
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
You know.
Wow.
Um,
Oh
yeah.
man.
I'm saying this
I
with tape.
I wait. Let me put this on
You
tape.
know.
Hold on. Let me get my recorder over here. Hold on. Wait a minute.
You
Wait a
know.
minute.
The Bears' offense will take a step back from what they did last year, which, I mean, will still keep them as a pretty good team if they just take a little step back. That offense just had a lot of trick plays and gadget plays that will be figured out this year, which will cause them to, lose some of the close games that they were able to win last year. And they'll be playing a tougher schedule since they won the division last year. I mean, I like the Vikings to win the division.
Wow.
And
Okay, man.
so
Whew.
yes.
Oh my God.
I know you're
I'm,
hoping I'm right.
oh hell yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. I hope you're right. Absolutely, I hope you're right. But I'm shocked.
Yes.
I'm literally shocked that you picked my beloved Minnesota Vikings, or
I
as you
can't be
call it,
biased. I gotta be
Vikings.
fair. Gotta be fair.
I mean, reason why is that I just think Kirk Cousins will step up just enough to win a few big games this year. I mean, I'm not saying he'll have an MVP season, but he will play better than he did last year. Plus, I mean, the Vikings have a good defense. You got Mike Zimmer. He always puts a good defense out there, and the running game is there too as well. And plus, I just think that Adam Thielen, I mean, is not. Um, is definitely one of the most like underrated receivers in the league. I mean, he runs great routes, he catches everything, and is consistent. I mean, the catches, he catches like 6 to 7 passes every game and goes for a buck every week. So I mean, I got the Vikings, Bears, Packers, and Lions, and I think they're the best team in that division. I really do.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, cuz well, thank you very much for the compliment from my beloved Purple People leaders. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? That's so that's good, man. So now do you want to do um the AFC tomorrow, or what do you want to do? You want to
Okay, we can save the AFC until tomorrow.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Let's
yeah,
say
say
they
AFC tomorrow.
we did the NFC. So run down your division winners again. Just
All
the
right,
winners. Just the division
winner.
winners.
Okay, NFC East, I got the Eagles.
Okay.
NFC South, I got the Saints. NFC West, I got the Seahawks.
Okay.
NFC North, I got the Green Bay Packers.
Okay. Wow. You should lose your Vikings
I know,
pass right there.
I know that's mutiny,
Do
but
you
I
hear
mean,
that, purple people eaters?
I know that's mutiny, and that's I can't. There's not even a word to describe, what my fellow Vikings nation people are probably
Right.
thinking at this point,
Right.
about me. You know what I mean?
That's like me picking the Redskins to win the division.
Yeah, but Russ, the Redskins aren't as the Packers aren't as bad as the
No,
Redskins.
no, not at all, not at all. And they don't have Aaron Rodgers, so
Right, right. Yeah, at least I have a legit reason why I
yeah,
might pick
yeah,
a
definitely,
rival.
definitely.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it would be insane if I picked the Redskins right now to win the
Right.
NFC North.
Exactly.
But
Exactly. Exactly. But yeah, man. So yeah, I mean, no,
yeah,
let's I tell you what, let's do real quick because I'm running out of time. Let's do rookies of or I'm sorry, no,
yeah.
defensive players of the year and offensive player of the year. We'll do
Why
rookie of
don't
the
we do
year.
this? Let's do the rookies today, and
All
then
right.
do the offensive defense tomorrow when we do the AFC with the MVP.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So rookie of the year today.
Yes, rookie. Yeah, the offense and defensive rookie of the year.
All right. All right. You go ahead. What you got?
All right. Offensive rookie of the year.
I believe that the offensive rookie of the year will be Josh Jacobs, the running back out of Alabama.
Oh wow, from the
Pick that
Raiders.
time.
Yes, drafted by the Raiders. I picked him because Beast Mode is gone, and I think he will have the opportunity to carry the load for the Raiders. I mean, more touches could equal more stats for him.
Nice.
Well, what
Okay.
are your thoughts of me picking Josh Jacobs? Let me start there.
Well, I mean, you know, I could see him winning it because you know he's one of those running backs. He has the body type to carry the load. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? He's a big, strong guy. He can, even though he didn't carry the ball a lot at Alabama because Alabama has like a
Yes.
thousand running backs.
Running backs, exactly.
You know what I mean? But Josh Jacobs is a thumper. You know what I mean? He
Yes,
he
he
he runs
is.
hard.
Yes.
And he's fast for his size. So I could definitely see him, uh, you know, you know, getting the ball a lot.
Yes.
From the Raiders' perspective, I think that's a good pick. That's a good pick. Josh Jacobs is in my opinion will be a sort of an underrated pick, but it's a good pick
Yes.
nonetheless.
Yes.
It's a good pick nonetheless. So
Well,
okay.
let me say this before you make your pick. The
Hmm.
you know, generally those type of awards or accolades always end up with quarterback, wide receiver, or running back.
Right.
So the quarterbacks, none of them are starting except for Murray. But I don't
That's
think Murray's going to have the greatest of years with the Cardinals this year. I think he'll have his moments and you'll be able to see the potential that he might have. But I don't think that these other guys, the guy from the Giants, Haskins with the Redskins, these guys are not going to start. So
right.
It's not gonna be a quarterback, so that leaves receivers or running backs, and I just feel it'll be a running back this year.
Right. That's a good point. That's good. I tend to agree with the fact that he will get a lot of touches. Um,
yes.
my pick, my pick will be Paris Campbell from the Indianapolis Colts.
Ooh,
Um,
okay.
wide receiver. I know,
Yes.
I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, obviously.
Yes. Yes.
He plays
Yes.
for the Ohio State University.
Yes.
He's a versatile player. He can play in the slot. He can play out wide. He can play in the backfield. I believe that with the addition of Paris Campbell, and then you of course you have T.Y. Hilton, and then
That's
you
a good
got
pick,
Eric.
man.
Yeah, you got Eric Ebron. Um, those guys can open up a lot of things underneath for Paris Campbell, who can make a lot of those bailout Andrew Luck catches. You know
And
what I
and
mean? When Andrew Luck is
yeah,
in trouble,
absolutely. And and
yeah. And
and let me
go ahead.
say this to back up what you're saying. Like the
Mhm.
same reason why I picked Jacobs, that's a very good pick because the Colts all they do is throw. So
Right,
he's gonna have he's gonna have a lot of opportunity as well.
Exactly.
He's gonna have
Exactly.
a lot of opportunity with double teams on Ty. So yeah, I see the pick. I see that.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And and if now Russ, this is all depending on if Andrew Luck can stay healthy. Andrew
Yes,
Luck to me is
yes,
an elite quarterback, but he has to stay
absolutely.
healthy. You know what I'm
Oh
saying? If he
yeah, I'm
doesn't
a
stay
big Luck
healthy,
fan.
yeah, yeah, me too. And if he stays healthy, I got Paris Campbell. He's going to be taking a lot of. There's going to be a lot of pressure that's going to be double teams and on Ebron
Ebron,
and yeah
yeah,
on
and
Ty.
Ebron,
And Paris
yes,
Campbell, yeah, is going to be a beneficiary of that because Paris Campbell. By the way, he's a great run after the catch guy. You know what I
yes.
mean? He's very elusive after he gets his ball in his hand. So I believe that's my rookie of the year pick, offensive rookie of the year, Paris Campbell.
That's a good pick. That's a
Yeah,
good pick.
yours is too. Yours is a very good pick. I didn't think of Josh Jacobs, but when you brought it up, it's okay. Yeah, yeah, I can definitely see that. Definitely see that.
Yeah.
No doubt. Hmm. Yes, sir.
So you go ahead and do the defensive. Do your
Defensive rookie of the year.
yes.
Uh, wow. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and say Devin Bush from Pittsburgh, the linebacker.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna say Devin Bush. Devin Bush it has a NFL pedigree first and foremost. His father played
Yes.
in the league.
Yes.
Devin Bush is one of those guys. You know what Devin Bush reminds me of? He reminds me of a guy named Sam Mills that used to play for the
Yes.
Panthers.
Yes. He's
And
not as small as Sam, but he's not
yeah,
the big linebacker that some of the other
right,
guys are. So I definitely like that connection. Yeah.
right. Yeah, he reminds me of that type. Very athletic. He has that leadership quality about him too that I
Yes.
love. I
Yes,
mean,
he does.
and
Very
yeah,
confident player.
exactly. And that's my pick. Devin Bush, very active linebacker, very fast linebacker. He's not like you said. He's a little bit bigger than Sam, but he's not a huge linebacker. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? But he just has the heart of a lion. And the
Absolutely.
leadership quality. So I'll give him my defensive rookie of the year, Devin Bush from Pittsburgh Steelers.
Absolutely.
How
I
about-
like that pick.
yeah, thank
Um,
you.
I picked Devin also.
Really?
Yeah, but I didn't pick Devin Bush. I picked Devin White from LSU, and he's gonna be the linebacker for the Bucks.
Oh
And
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
and to be honest with you,
Mhm.
I had to go back and forth between both of them. It was between Devin White or Devin Bush for me, and
Okay.
I just went with the Bucks because I got the Bucks winning the South, and I think this kid Devin White um, is gonna be a big part of that defense. You know.
Well, I tell you what, I not to give away my picks for tomorrow's AFC picks,
Uh,
division winners, but uh, Devin is on a team that might surprise people next year too because of some things that happened this year. So we'll see about that tomorrow.
okay.
Devin Bush will be, he's on a team that might surprise some people too. So
You think so? Okay.
yeah,
Well, that's gonna
yeah,
be interesting tomorrow because I might
yeah,
have to differ with that. But
yeah. Okay,
but yeah, I got Devin White, man. Notice my picks all come from the SEC.
I
Uh,
do.
those guys are football ready. You know,
Right.
they're
Hmm.
football ready, NFL ready, and
Hmm.
I like this kid Devin White, man. I really do. You know.
Right.
I had to go back and forth between both of them, but I chose Devin White over Devin Bush. I mean, I picked the Bucks to win the South, and I just feel that Devin White will be the young spark on that defense.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Devin White and Devin Bush, respectively. All right. All
Yes.
right. I can see that. Now Devin White, excellent linebacker. I agree. LSU product, right? Or
Absolutely.
yeah, excellent linebacker, man. LSU they put out nothing but NFL talent every year. So
Right.
you know what I mean. But I can see that. So we got two Devons
Yeah.
winning the rookie of the year. Okay. All right. Defensive rookie of the year. All right. Sounds good to me. Sounds good to me, cousin. Man, it's been fun, man. You know what I'm saying? Finally
Absolutely. We do
talk
this all
about
the time. So this is now we just got the recorder on. So
yeah, exactly.
It's
Exactly.
crazy.
I mean, we differed on some couple of things, but we surprisingly agreed on quite a
On
bit of stuff, which was
exact.
kind of weird because
Yeah.
usually you being a Cowboy fan and everything, it's like you guys don't know your
Hey,
elbow from your asshole.
I
So
made hey, I made my Cowboy fan base proud. Unlike some other fan bases, some people piss some fan bases off on this conversation. So
you piss some fan bases. Well, I mean, we'll see. I mean, well, I'll tell you one thing. Based being the fact that the Vikings play the Cowboys this year, and you got them winning. It's kind of like treason, isn't it? Yeah,
hey,
you with
hey,
a Cowboy fan.
I've got the Cowboys winning the division too. Don't forget that.
Yeah, I guess.
I've got the Cowboys, Vikings, Bucks, and Seahawks. So that doesn't mean that I think the Vikings are gonna go in as a on getting a bye in the playoffs in the first round. So
Right. Okay.
they'll win that division.
Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm sorry, but I didn't have you guys. I have y'all coming second in the division.
Yes. Yes.
And unfortunately, I don't think the Cowboys will make the playoffs this year. That's just me. But
Wow.
well,
We
yeah, I
might
mean,
have to do a whole nother hour show after a comment like that.
I don't think they're gonna make the
We're gonna
playoffs
miss
simply
the
because
playoffs.
yes, because I mean, it's gonna be the Rams and the Vikings in the playoffs. The Rams and Vikings. That's who's gonna be in the playoffs. That's the
Oh,
wild
because you
card.
got the Eagles winning. That's right. They put
Yeah,
the two wild cards, but that we'll see. But that's not gonna
yeah.
happen. We're gonna
All
win
right,
the division anyway. But
all right. That's like Chris Berman always says. That's why they play the
play the
games.
game. Exactly.
Ah,
Exactly. And I
can't wait.
believe football is the hardest sport
Oh
to
yeah,
make
by far,
predictions.
by
I
far,
mean,
by far.
hardest.
And wait till we do the NBA predictions. That ain't gonna take but 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's gonna be easy. That's
You know what I mean? That ain't gonna take but 5 minutes to predict. So because we already know where the superstars are. So hey, there you
right,
go.
right.
You know what I mean? So yeah,
Well,
man.
that's a
So
good first
tomorrow,
episode.
yeah, man. Tomorrow, same time.
Yeah, that's cool. That works for
That's
me.
what's up. All right, man.
All
So
right. So tomorrow we do the AFC and we'll do the offensive player of the year and defensive player of the year and the MVP.
I bet.